Welcome all to Chasing Tents. My name is Abhi. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, to this old vlogging room. I've not done a video from this room for a long time. You've lately seen my videos on track. Actually, you've lately not seen any of my videos, and we'll get to that in a bit. But the last few times I've done some videos from the track or from outside my garage when I was doing some tire reviews. So I've only done one Q&A in the last 4 years, question and answers. And I thought, being away nearly 3 months from YouTube, I thought it's high time I do another Q&A. And number one, give you the answer where I've been and why I've been quiet, and answer some burning questions. I get loads of questions, tech questions and normal kind of lifestyle questions. I mainly talk about lifestyle questions in these videos because you don't really get a lot of glimpse into my kind of life in general through the videos. So I thought I'll do a second Q&A. So some of the questions will be a bit similar to the first Q&A, which I did a year and a half ago. But I was going to do a Q&A in Jan, but I wasn't very well, so I thought I'll do it now. So first things first, I must make you aware, if you want a very detailed podcast, all about me really, the Late Apex podcast will be out very soon. With my podcast on there, probably 2.5 hours. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it is going to be a very long podcast. So that has got a lot of my personal life stuff from the beginning to now and all sorts of things. So shout out to the Late Apex guys. If you haven't kind of subscribe to their podcast, it's on kind of Apple, Amazon, Google, and Spotify. It's not on YouTube, so I'll leave a link in the description for these things. But anyways, let's start with the most important burning question, which everyone, well, I say everyone, I think about 62 precisely people have asked me this question. Where have you gone? So I've not made a video for 2.5 months. So let's start with the first one. Where have you been? So the honest answer, which I wasn't going to share with everyone because it was a very personal thing to me, I will share it with you. A few months ago, MCN, Motorcycle News, Michael Neves made a video on YouTube saying that they are recruiting for a journalist / road tester. And long story short, after hundreds and hundreds of applications they had, and after a very long, stringent process which lasted up to 4 months, I would say 3.5 months, with 7 different stages to the interview, video producing, writing editorials, interview with Michael Neves and their head editor. A lot of stages. I went all the way to the final stage. I think it was only last 2 guys. I was in the final 2, and I did not get the job. So otherwise, I would have been quite chuffed, and it would have been quite nice because I work in a bank at the moment. If you don't know, I'm a fraud analyst in a bank, and it would have been nice, kind of a storyline for me to completely move ship from banking to not motovlogging, journalism, I should say. So a lot of people around me have given me a lot of kind of thumbs up, saying you reached the last stage with no kind of official journalism background. But kudos to MCN. They've got a very stringent and pucker recruitment process for a journalist / motor tester or motorcycle road tester. And I passed all the stages until right at the end. I think they really wanted someone with a bit more editorial writing experience. I mean, I have a website. I do editorial writing, but it's not as kind of detailed, or maybe it's not as often as my videos. So I've been licking my wounds for the last 2.5 months or up to 3 months, and I've not made a video. So that's why, because I was a bit upset, really, a bit gutted, because in the beginning I didn't take it seriously. I thought I will not go anywhere with this at all. But I think they probably liked my editorial stuff, which I wrote, and they liked my video, and they liked the stuff I wrote about why do you want to buy, what bike do you like, tell us more about it. It was a very strict process, but I got to the end but didn't get the job. So that's it. MCN, Michael Neves, that dream unfortunately is incomplete, but maybe one day we'll take it from there. Next question. At what age you started riding? The interesting one. I was born in India, so I did a lot of riding in India, and back in early 90s or mid 90s, I should say, there were not many issues with driving licenses and stuff like that in India, or helmets even. So I think I started riding at the age of 12. I had a 2-stroke Honda scooter, which was fantastic, pretty quick, 100cc 2-stroke. So I had that and was riding that. And sometimes I used to steal my dad's Jawa two-stroke Czechoslovakian Yazdi motorbike, and I used to ride that quite a bit. So yeah, that was so quite an early stage. I started riding a motorbike slash scooter. Then what was the most special thing about riding for you? I mean, three people asked me that question. I don't know what it was. A special thing? Okay, I mean, say from an Indian point of view, I think with the stop-start traffic of India or the craziness of India, where you could have, I don't know, back in the day you could have cows and all sorts of things. You know, now things have changed. I believe I've not been to India for 11 years. Sorry, but yeah, I think the clutch control. I've always had a great clutch control, probably from the stop-start driving styles of India. And even now, when I did my race license, I I was on the old 1989 Suzuki GSXR 1100, and my clutch control from the three race starts I did was superb. I went from fifth to first in all three attempts. And it was only a race start at the ACU, so it wasn't really a proper race start. But still, my clutch control has always been good. But I think it's something to do with that Indian start. Anyways, are you racing? No, I'm not racing, unfortunately. Cannot afford it. My mortgage has gone up. Thanks to Mr. Rishi Sunak and the team, probably other people as well, or the conspiracy theories. No, my mortgage has gone up, unfortunately, £600. I'm on a variable rate. Can't afford to race. So that's an honest answer. Track days, unfortunately, I'm not doing track days as well. I probably will start. I've booked Aragon in Spain, and I've got Assen in September, October. But if I don't get a really good mortgage rate, that probably wouldn't happen. Next one, dealing with negative comments. This is a question from last video as well, because I get this a lot. I don't really get negative comments, guys, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm being very genuine. All the comments are out there. I've hardly ever had any negative comment. Luckily, whenever I've crashed, I've only crashed myself. I've never took anyone with me. I think as a content creator, if you crash on track and you take someone, then you could have some backlash. I nearly took 3 people once at Donington Park in 2019, but that was I didn't in the end, so it was fine. But no, luckily I don't really get negative comments. So even if I do get them, I'll deal with them very magnanimously, very nicely. So that's my style. That's the way I am. What will happen to your YouTube if you're not on the track? My channel is very track and race centric, but even if I'm not racing, I'll still be on the track. I mean, I'll give you an example. I was Ducati track day. I was there. Great invite from my friend Cal from Hypermotard YouTube channel, Hypermotard King. He invited me to the Ducati day. So I went there, filmed for him a bit. I'm still filming all the races, even though I'm not racing myself. I'll still do track videos, but I've got some road bikes now. I'm also going to do some road stuff, and I'm starting to my review videos. I've done an Aprilia RSV4 review, and I've done a Triumph review, and those reviews have done quite well. I've had some great response, so I think I'm going to collaborate with some motorcycle firms. I don't go to a dealership pretending to buy a bike and then stick a camera on my helmet and do a review and deceive the dealership. I've never done that. I'm not saying people do that. Everyone's got relationships with dealerships and all sorts, but that's not my style. I like to have a bike on a long-term basis, and then do a proper review, short-term, long-term, stuff like that. So yeah, even if I'm not on the track riding myself for probably until the next month or so, I'll still make loads of track videos, and everything's in the pipeline. I've just been quiet because of the MCN job and stuff. Okay, so why did you start YouTube? Question from last time as well. I get this asked a lot. Alberto Nasca, the Italian chap who used to do a lot of motorbike stuff, now he does a lot of car stuff. So a lot of people have kind of not unsubscribed, but lost interest. But he was my inspiration to start YouTube. Learnings from your recent crashes. So when I did my last Q&A, I hadn't had a crash for 2.5 years, which is fantastic because I did a lot of track days. But doing a year of racing, I had a crash at Donington Park test day. My first race, 2 days before my first race, I had a silly crash, really silly crash. I was I think 1 minute 43 at the Donington GP circuit within 2 laps of a test day after 6 months of no riding. Just got a bit overconfident, just braked too late, just lost the front. Second big crash was a high side, which is not unfortunately recorded. I didn't have a camera on the bike. I had a huge high side at Anglesey during the endurance race at Anglesey, and you know, learned some lessons from that. So learnings, okay. So learnings basically is take your time. If you're not ridden your bike for a while, if you're back on the track, even if you are within a second of your personal best. And by the way, this was a test day, so we could do live lap times. So I know lap times are frowned upon on track days. So so even if you are pretty quick, just take it easy, because you know you're not invincible. So learn the hard way. Secondly, the crash at Anglesey, the high side, always have the right compound, tire compound for the right ambient and track temperatures. I had the SC3 Pirelli slick on a very hot day. It bit me back, threw me off, and I've done a video after learning my lesson, read a bit about it, spoke to Pirelli, spoke to Metzeler, did a video about that as well, so other people can benefit from it too. Okay, next one. Where do you live? I live in the Midlands, Black Country, in the UK, England. And next one, what helmets do you have? I get this asked a lot. I don't know why people are fascinated by helmets. So I've taken all my helmets off, and I'll make you laugh a bit as well. Because when you start in general, your biking, you don't know much about anything. So this was my first ever helmet, extra large, and I'm actually a medium head. So I bought an extra large. I don't know why. Helmet weighs nearly 2 kilos. GMAC. It was 45 pounds. Okay. It used to give me neck aches after a ride, but you don't know anything better at the start, you know. And this was 2014 I bought this. Still got it. I don't use it. Got a camera mount on it, but I don't really do motovlogging. This was just for work, just for safety reasons. So this was my first ever helmet, which was absolutely, no disrespect to GMAC. I'm sure they do great helmets. I just chose the wrong size, and it was just too much. I've just spilled water. Oh goodness me. Spilled water. Okay, then after that I bought AGV. I've got helmets everywhere. I've got 7 altogether. AGV GT Veloce. Highly recommend this, honestly. Really nice helmet. Got a Senna system on this as well. Lovely. Got a in anti-fog screen as well inside. A few GoPro mounts, but I'd never really use it because I'm not really a typical motovlogger who vlogs as I ride, as you probably know already. Then some cafe racer stuff. I have a few old bikes, which is the next question. Bell helmet. This is a Roland Sands design Bell helmet. So I do a lot of distinguished gentlemen ride, raising money for prostate cancer and mental health charities. So I love a bit of cafe racing. Great helmet, leather stitching inside. Really nice helmet from Bell. Got a checkered flag livery as well. I think this helmet was a bit of a limited edition thing, but I've seen a lot of people wearing this helmet, so I don't really think it was that much of a limited edition. Then, this I quite like. It's a bit big on me. I think they just do a bigger shell. It's called Nex, Nexx, a Portuguese company with a very Steve McQueen style kind of helmet, and it's very light. It's all composite. It's quite a good helmet. I really like it. Matches with my old Triumph. And this is a retro helmet from AGV. I think they're called AGV 3000 or something like that. Best retro helmet ever. And I've had a few. I've tried the Hedon as well, the really expensive one. If you are looking for a retro helmet, honestly, I was going to do it looks a bit bland because I was going to do a really nice livery on it, which I'm still in the process of doing it. It's going to be Jackie Stewart and Francois Servet, 2 old Formula One teammates. I loved old Formula One kind of stuff, and so still going to do that. But if you are looking for a retro helmet, honestly, I've done some proper speeds on this helmet. Unbelievably good. Really good retro helmet. Okay, then I bought my race or track helmet was an AGV Pista R. As you can tell, I've had a huge crash, 2 crashes actually. And also shout out to the helmet inspection company, which when I sent this helmet to them, they actually scanned it and told me you can't use this helmet again, which after a minor crash. And then I stopped using it anyways. But then I bought another AGV GP, oops, I've nearly dropped the light there. Another AGV Pista GPRR. So this is the latest FIM I can never say this word, homologated. I probably am wrong. But yeah, got a personalized livery on it from Sublime Design. Nothing too fancy. I just told Sublime Design to just put some stripes on it, really. So it's got two stripes here, with a bit of a 23, which is my race number or my favorite number, and two stripes at the back with Abby 23, which is my race number as well. So yeah, that's it. I thought I'll show you the helmets this time because last time I just mentioned it, and people are fascinated by helmets. I don't know why. And next question is, people are also fascinated by what bikes do you own? So I've been quite transparent in my podcast as well with the late Apex team. I struggle to save money. I spend it on stupid things or upgrades or whatever. So lately, I've in the last 2 years, I've had a Suzuki GSXR 1100 1989, which was featured in a magazine. So sublime, supremely kind of reignited. When I say reignited, the previous owner just stripped the bike and just, it's pretty much new, really, that bike. It's really nice condition. And a Triumph Daytona 900 Super 3. So I've done videos on all these bikes, and I'll put links in the description if you want. So the Suzuki GSXR 1100 1989 Slingshot, Triumph Daytona 900 Super 3 with the Cosworth head. Done a video on that one as well, with collaboration with Triumph and Cosworth. And a Honda CBR 1000F, a big fan of that bike from my childhood because of a movie. I've done a video on that one as well. And a Aprilia RSV4 RF from 2015. Yeah, these 4 bikes at the moment. And yeah, so I was saying I struggle to save money, so I buy old bikes, and God forbid, if I need money in emergency, I can sell the bikes. So that's it. Are you a car guy? The next question. I was always a car guy before biking, but cars are expensive. Track days are expensive on cars. Cars are not meant for, normal cars are not meant for track days. You can have clutch issues, all sorts of issues. So I've got an old Audi 80 Cabriolet, which I absolutely love. And I've got an Audi A6, which is my donkey in a way. I use it with my trailer. I've done 209,000 miles on that car. Absolutely. I mean, I've only done 60,000 of it, but I absolutely love that car. I'm a bit of an Audi person. So yeah, got those 2 cars at the moment, but I have no plans of buying any track car or any performance car. Can't afford it. I'm more into bikes now. I'm totally into bikes now. Where's your accent from? India. So I don't have a totally British accent. So some people mainly from India. I am from North India. So some people ask me where your accent is from because it's a bit dodgy, because I've lived in Slough, I've lived in Kent, I've lived in Birmingham, I've lived in the Black Country. So I've lived in a number of places. So I have an accent from wherever I go. I kind of adapt a bit. But I was in a Catholic school in India, very strict Christian school, so English was never a problem. And I've been living in this country for 19 years now, so been a long time. Okay, so what helmets do you have? Okay, I've done that. Why don't you start a podcast? I'm not... Someone has a channel called Chasing Tents on Spotify. Okay, I don't know who you are, but you've stolen my name. If you're listening, you need to change that. No, I'm kidding. So someone's already got a Chasing Tents podcast, which I was quite surprised about on Spotify. So I have no plans to start any podcasting. Good friends from the late Apex podcast team, Jamie Harris, Rich, they're doing a fantastic job. I think Danny Buchan is doing one as well. Rest in peace, Chasing the Racing as well. So honestly, I'm not much of a podcast person. And these days you've got to need a lot of effort with podcasts. So that won't happen, but follow late Apex podcast. I've done a podcast recently. And also, actually, the Helmet Inspection Company do a podcast. So you can follow them on YouTube too. Okay, 2-piece leathers or 1-piece leathers? I started with 2-piece leathers, Alpine Stars GP Pro 2012 suit. Great suit, solid suit, thick, hide, love it. But you just look like a bit of an uncle, if that makes sense, with the 2-piece suit. It just doesn't look sexy. Who told me this? Billy McConnell was training me at Almera. 2018. He goes, why do you wear a two-piece suit? He goes, I'm training you. And looking at you from behind when I train you, you look absolutely crap. So get yourself a one-piece suit. And honestly, it's better for safety and stuff. And a bit lighter as well if you are into your weight. So definitely a one-piece. When did you start track riding? 2015, I did a Ron Haslam day. I didn't enjoy it very much, to be honest. It was raining a bit, and the trainer who was training us, I think the other two guys in my group were a bit slow, with all due respect to them. And because I used to travel to work every day on the bike, I was very comfortable in the wet. So I was really kind of gunning it. And Ron Haslam bikes, Hondas those days, the 600cc Hondas, they had Michelin pilots or something like that. So the tire was pretty capable of dispersing water. So I really wanted to give it some, but it didn't happen. The guy was like, calm down, calm down. So didn't really enjoy that Ron Haslam. But then I went to Silverstone a few weeks later and absolutely loved it, honestly. It was quite emotional, I think, if I can add. I left the pit lane and I was a huge Formula One fan before the hybrid NutriBullet engine started to ruin everything. I was a huge F1 fan, and I went to the track, and it just got a bit emotional for me. The grandstands, the big straight, the Hamilton straight, I think it's called, with the new building and the old building, you know, where you could see the car going through that mirrored kind of wall and stuff. It was just fantastic. Your favorite track bike? It has to be the RSV4 Aprilia. I think it's just fantastic bike. It just does everything brilliantly, especially the new one. I mean, it was lacking slightly with the electronics, but now it's amazing. Your favorite road bike? 200. You know, I'm a big Aprilia guy because I've ridden them both quite a bit, and I compared them to Triumph and other bikes as well. Triumph 765 is a great road bike too, if you're not looking for uber power. But yeah, these two are my favorite bikes. By the way, these are the questions which I get asked a lot. I get asked a lot of questions, but these are the most common ones. What bike would you like to buy next? I can't afford anything at the moment, so I'm not going to be buying any bike. But if I was, it would be the Kawasaki GPZ 900R, the Top Gun one, you know, the famous Top Gun one. By the way, if you didn't know the fact, Kawasaki never gave that bike to the original Top Gun movie. So when you see the original Top Gun movie, you don't see the Kawasaki badge on the bike because the director did not put the bike on the badge. No, badge on the bike, because Kawasaki refused to give them the bike. But Tom Cruise really wanted that bike in the movie. So, you know, that's why you see random stickers on that bike, Air Force stickers or whatever stickers Tom Cruise used, but there's no Kawasaki badge. But that is an appreciating classic. I think, you know, my dream purchase would be a CBX 1000, which is the next question, I think. CBX 1000, 6-cylinder, but they are about 20K now, a good one. What is your job? Fraud analyst in a bank. I deal with cryptocurrency, dating fraud, you name it, all sorts of fraud. When did you record your first YouTube video? My first YouTube video was recorded in 2016 at the NEC show, but I did nothing with it, nothing at all. But then 2019 March was my first Portimao trip with my friends. Very informal vlog, very nice vlog. You know, nice as in innocence filled vlog, because it was just me with a GoPro recording stuff. But I always tried to make sure the quality was there, and it was there. So yeah, that was my first one. Do you put a fake persona on YouTube? No, absolutely not. That question is from last year. No, I don't really. Exactly what you see on YouTube is exactly how I am on track days. Loads of people meet me on track days and racing, and I'm exactly the same. No fake persona. It's not needed. It comes out. People know it straight away. People can suss these things, and it just backfires. Do you meet people on track day who watch your videos? Absolutely. Lately, I've been meeting a few. I've not done a track day for a while, but lately I did the Ducati day and another track day I went to support another friend with a bit of filming. And a few people came up to me, which is surprising. So that made me realize I've been doing all these racing videos, but my bread and butter used to be track days. So people, you know, people from track days watch my videos probably more than racers do. Racers are accomplished. They don't need advice on Mercedes TD or stuff like that, you know. So probably a lot of track day people watch my videos. So yeah, I love them. Love meeting people. Absolutely humble as hell I am when I meet them. That's just me through and through. Toughest moment on track would be qualifying for Cadwell 3 hours endurance race for Cadwell Park. I had a huge stomachache, which I thought was a stomachache, but it was actually kidney pain. And, I had a 0.5 centimeter kidney stone, which I didn't know about. And so my team had to actually lift my leg and put it on the bike to just get me to do the qualifying. And as soon as I sat on the bike, the vibration on the bike, the stone must have moved and it went away. But I was in excruciating pain, the worst pain ever. But I still managed to do the qualifying, rubbish time of 1 minute 45. But we qualified and it was fine for the rest of the day. That was tough. So next one is, why don't I do a lot of bike review videos? Because that can get a lot of subscribers. The reason I don't do a lot of bike reviews, because I think I answered it earlier briefly, that I like to have a bike for a long term. And also on the other side, I think it's fair to do a review when you've had a bike for a bit. So Triumph have been great to me. Aprilia have been fantastic as well in giving me long-term bikes. But it is also my fault for not approaching a lot of other companies or maybe dealerships to build relationships with them to do a bit more bike reviews. But because I've been doing a lot of track days and a lot of racing, only this year I've quietened down a bit due to budget. But yeah, maybe this year I'll probably start doing them more. The only thing I can ask from you guys is, if you see a bike review from me, support it, like and comment on it, because then more people will watch it, because then I will know if people are liking my reviews. The present 2 reviews of the Aprilias, multiple Aprilia ones, and the Triumph ones have done really well. So next one. When do you edit? Do you get time? Does it take long? I don't post a lot of videos on YouTube. I probably do one every fortnight, which is not ideal. That's not a good strategy to grow on YouTube. But it's mainly because I like to put in a lot of effort, time and effort into it. I do have a full-time job in the bank, so I do it after my job. So it takes me, it can take me from 1 evening to 3 evenings to edit a video. But there are so many distractions, I get distracted very easily with my phone, YouTube. I watch too much YouTube, which is, I need to stop. That's my problem. What software do you use? I've always used a very intermediate software called Filmora, but I also have access to Black Studio Magic. Oh my God, I've forgotten that name. DaVinci Resolve. I've got access to that, and I've also got access to Adobe's Premiere Pro, which is not only expensive but very complicated. But I like to keep things simple. Filmora is great. So if you're looking for a software, Filmora is a great software. Filmora 12, I think. Your first bike in this country was a Chinese. I bought that Chinese bike when no one was buying a Chinese bike. They hadn't come to the UK. I bought it from a German company for £700, brand new. I had to register it myself with DVLA and stuff, and it was from Germany. And no one had those kind of Jinlun style bikes. I think it was a Biamo Renegade, and and this was 2003 December. So at quite an early stage, I bought a bike straight away. I came to this country in 2003 October, and in 2 months I bought a bike straight away. So it was a Biamo Renegade 125. But in India I had a Honda scooter. I think it was called a Marvel. But I used to ride my dad's Jawa Yazdi whenever I used to get time, whenever I used to get access to it and sneak it out. Your first car. My first car, which I owned myself, was a Vauxhall Corsa, an L Reg or something. A sky blue 2-door Vauxhall Corsa. Pretty basic. £280. Sold it for £300. £20 profit. Why have you got a cold always? That question is from last year. I've got a deviated septum. I should have deleted that. I've got a deviated septum, like a boxer's nose. I've always used a spray to open my nasal cavities up. So yeah, it sounds like I've always got a cold. Even now, before the video, I sprayed my nose. So yeah, I had an operation for it, straightened my nose, but the bone grows back again, so I need to sort something out again. Do you get money from companies like Road Race Performance or any other company you make videos for or mention their names in the video? No. Never a single penny I've earned from any company I've done a video for. Yes, I might get 20 to 25% discount, which, to be honest, if you are close to any company, you might get that, or on Father's Day, or or like, can I say, like, men days, like, or biker kind of days, you can get special discount codes, or Christmas or something like this. You can get 20% easily. So no, I've not really had a single penny from any company. Bike HPS, Road Race Performance Shropshire, SC Moto, I did a video for tire covers and warmer covers and some bike covers. No, nothing. Never got a single penny from anyone. How do you make money from YouTube? There's not much money on YouTube, and that is the next question. How much money do you actually make on YouTube? I'll answer both in one. There is not much money in YouTube if you do what I do, which is one video every once in a blue moon. But then, I keep the quality there, because with quantity, I think one video a week is a really good strategy. 56 videos a year. I probably do 25 videos a year. Some of them are just one lap, banzai laps on a track. So not really a proper vlog as well. How do you make money on YouTube? When you see advertisement. So how I do it, if I have a 10-minute video, I will have one ad, only one in the middle of the video. So hardly pennies from it, honestly. So if you have thousands and thousands of views or millions, then you make a lot of money on YouTube. How much money I've made on YouTube? Okay, let me put it this way, okay? I've been on YouTube for 4 years. There's a big light there. There's a big light there. There are two lights behind me. There's a camera, there's a mic, there's a drone, and there's a gimbal, okay? All that, my kit, my camera kit, excluding my Apple MacBook, I've not made enough money to cover all of this, if that puts things in perspective. So yeah, and my camera isn't something crazy. It's just normal DSLR-ish camera. So yeah, GoPros and stuff, no, nothing. It's not that much, and it's not the fault of YouTube. It's just I don't post enough, and I don't put that much advertisements in my videos, which I think people appreciate, because no one likes ads. And if I do put an ad, it's always skippable. So on a 10-minute video, I'll put one ad. On a 15-minute video, I'll put two ads. On a 20-minute video, I'll put three ads. If I do an hour video, you'll see 4 ads, 5 max, but these are skippable ads. So so that's what happens. How do you make money on YouTube? I think I've answered the question. Money is made through ads. Why don't you post more often? My fault. Time management, my job, but mainly time management. I watch more and create less. I watch more and write a lot of stuff down, but sometimes I don't put that stuff to practice. I learn a lot. I read a lot of books on biking and riding styles and tires and suspension and stuff. Yeah, but I should do more. It's my fault. It's just organization. Tips for someone starting moto vlogging on YouTube. It's become hard, hasn't it? It's really become hard these days to be good. You either see people banging videos non-stop, TikTok, Instagram, short videos, bang, 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 every single day. I did an exercise on TikTok, one of the most hated platforms, I think, from personal point of view, because it's depleted people's attention span, I think, because I'm a big fan of proper old school longish videos. I did an experiment in January when I was home. I recorded for 9 days in a row, 2 videos each, one in the morning, one in the evening, just 60-second shorts, which you can see on my TikTok or Instagram reels. And I gained 1,500 followers on TikTok within those 9 days or 7 days. 9 days? I think 9 days I did it for. So yeah, if you bang, bang, bang content, and that was good content. I'm not saying the content was rubbish, but after a while, not only you get exhausted by it, but you also start running out of ideas. Then you start talking rubbish, which you shouldn't. And I've never done that. So it is hard to grow a following these days. So there's 3 things I can give you. Just like that program on Channel 4, location, quality, quality, quality. Quality with your video, quality with your audio, quality video. I know it's hard when you start, but in this day and age, you just got to start learning a bit from YouTube. There's plenty of people teaching everything and anything, and do it. So quality, quality, quality in every way and form, and just spend time, you know, doing a lot of B-roll, you know, so people don't get bored. Don't talk too much. I talk a lot. This video is probably be about 30-40 minutes. So yeah, but yeah, talk sense. Make videos which are helpful for people. That's it. No one cares who you are. No one cares how great your lap times are. No one cares how great your day was on a track day. If it doesn't have meaty stuff to help people out, whether it's brakes, whether it's tires, whether it's information you've learned from other people. Listen, as a new vlogger or a new rider, you won't feel your suspension. You won't feel that tire grip to give feedback on camera. The reason I do it is I learn, and then try to feel the same thing and learn from books, from people like Michael Neves, or, you know, quality content creators. And then I say, okay, he said that. Am I feeling that? Or blah, blah, blah. You know, just, and then try to break the jargon and express to people in the most layman language. And every video should have something which you can give to people in the form of knowledge plus entertainment. And just no show off, really. Don't show off. Don't show off. My bike is, I give you a great example. My bike is full of upgrades, top-notch stuff. I've done one video 4 years ago about my upgrades on my bike. People keep telling me that, and that is the next question. When are you going to do that? I get a lot of questions. I will do it one day, but just, yeah, less show off, more knowledge to people. That's what I would say. What do your family think when they see you crash on YouTube? My mom, my brother, they're pretty immune now to not see me crash, but see me doing those speeds. And I don't really tell them, and I don't think they follow my YouTube as much, my immediate family. So my dad or anybody else, you know, just, so they just say, just look, take care of itself. And they do tell me a few things, but once you're into this game, you know, crashing just becomes part of it, and you just learn something from it every time. And you just keep your fingers crossed, you know. And on that note, Lee Johnston, who should have raced this weekend's Isle of Man TT, he's not in a good shape at the moment, so I hope he gets well soon. Lee Johnston, he's also got a YouTube channel. He's an accomplished racer. What editing software do you use? I've already answered that. Are you a car guy? I've already answered that. What's one bike-related video or clip you wish you recorded when you didn't have a camera to hand, or you hadn't started YouTube? I would say the first 3 years of my YouTube journey, which I didn't record. 4 years, you can say, even 5 years. 2014, even starting to learn the bike. 2013, I mean in the UK, started to for the big test. Late 2013 to early 2019. Should have recorded those years. Yeah, I really should have recorded those years, because people who made videos between 2013, YouTube really got popular in 2012. I mean, people who were making videos in 2006, 7, 8 are proper kind of entrepreneurs. But YouTube really got popular with motovlogging and stuff in 2012 onwards, with Baron Von Grumble or other people like that from 44 Teeth and stuff. So I would say I wish I had recorded that. No, then you get, I don't know, subscribers, because it's a numbers game at the end of the day, unfortunately. The more subscribers and followers you've got. That is, so yeah, that is it. That is all the questions I have for you. I hope I've answered them to the best of my ability, and very honestly, because I am a very honest person. I don't think I've missed on anything. So if you've got any more questions, let me know. And I am very, very sorry that I have not posted anything for 2.5 months, and I've kept everyone in the dark. I don't put anything on social media. Why I didn't make any videos, it was all because of the MCN journalist job, which I didn't get. And I was very, very upset about it, because, you know, when I went to the MCN building, the premises, Bauer Media, who manage or own MCN maybe, and I just fell in love. I just fell in love with the job. I didn't take that interview, I didn't take that job seriously to start with, because I thought I would get nowhere with it, because I don't have that experience. but they liked my stuff. Any editorial, I did 2 editorials for them. Editorial as in, what bike do you like? Do a proper review on a piece of paper, which I did a really good job. Maybe I'll make a video about the whole interview process another day, but I'll have to probably ask MCN about it. But yeah, it was just that, and still hurts. Would have loved to get that job, honestly, because that would just sign me off, and also gives me more credibility, because I have been trying to decipher complicated stuff for people, whether it's carbon wheels, wings, steering dampers, stuff a lot of people don't talk about or decipher their benefits, or tire compounds. I've tried to do justice to a lot of complicated topics, but anyways, I'm talking too much now. Better quiet. So thank you for watching, guys. If you are new to the channel, 300 odd people have joined the channel, even though I have not been making any videos. So thank you to you all, and thank you for following my stuff. Please feel free to like and subscribe. A lot more videos are coming soon, because I'm going to start making the videos now. Well, I've got a lot of stuff. I just need to edit it. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye. Look after yourself.